Welcome back, everyone. I'm Hari.
And I'm Kimi. Today we're diving deep into a creature you've almost certainly seen, but probably don't truly appreciate, the European rabbit, or Oryctolagus cuniculus.
Right, Kimi. Most people see them as cute, fluffy lawn ornaments, but beneath that soft exterior lies an evolutionary masterpiece with a history tied directly to human empires, devastating ecological shifts, and some highly bizarre biological quirks.
Like the fact that their scientific name literally translates to burrowing hare. But here's a twist, Hari. They aren't actually hares. Hares are born fully furred and ready to run, while rabbit kittens are born blind, deaf, and totally helpless, or altricial.
Exactly. And speaking of names, the word coney actually predates rabbit. Historically, coney referred to the adult animal, while rabbit only meant the young. The Romans even thought the name came from cuneus, meaning wedge, because of how they wedge themselves into the earth.
Well, they are expert excavators. They build these massive underground networks called warrens. What's wild is that these warrens aren't built to a specific blueprint. They are multi-generational construction projects, expanded and improved over decades by family groups.
And those groups are highly territorial, ruled by a strict matriarchy. It's actually the dominant females, or does, who hold the power and fight viciously for the prime nesting spots. Subordinate does are often forced to breed in risky, single-entrance holes outside the main warren.
Talk about neighborhood drama. And when they do breed, they use a separate temporary nursery called a stop, or stab. The mother lines it with grass, moss, and fur she plucks straight from her own belly to prevent hypothermia in her kittens.
Then she only visits them once a night to nurse for a few minutes, sealing the entrance with dirt when she leaves to hide them from predators. To find her milk in the pitch dark, the kittens rely on a highly specific chemical pheromone called 2-methyl-2-butanol.
Nature's built-in GPS. Now, physically, they are built entirely for rapid escape. Their skeleton is incredibly fragile, making up only 8% of their body weight. For comparison, a house cat skeleton is 13%. This ultra-light frame, paired with massive, powerful hind limbs, lets them accelerate instantly.
And when they flee, they flash the white underside of their tail. This is called tail flagging. It's a double-duty signal. It warns nearby relatives of danger, and it sends an honest signal to the predator, basically saying, "Hey, I see you, and I am far too fast for you to bother chasing." I love that, a literal tail-wagging boast. But we can't talk about rabbits without talking about their unique digestive system. This is where things get a bit unusual. They practice caecotrophy.
Ah, yes, the direct recycling of food. Because grasses are incredibly tough to break down, rabbits produce soft, nutrient-rich pellets called caecotropes. They swallow these whole, directly from the source, to ferment them a second time in their stomach.
It sounds gross to us, but it's a brilliant survival strategy. Without it, they couldn't extract enough protein and vitamins from their high-fiber diet. It's pure efficiency.
That efficiency is exactly why humans have shipped them all over the globe. They've been introduced to at least 800 islands and every continent except Antarctica. They were carried as a self-replicating food source, but in places like Australia, without their natural predators, the results were catastrophic.
Absolutely devastating. In 1859, a man named Thomas Austin released just 24 rabbits in Victoria for sport hunting. Decades later, billions of rabbits were stripping the continent's vegetation, causing massive erosion and driving native species like the greater bilby and the pig-footed bandicoot to near extinction.
Even building a massive rabbit-proof fence across the continent couldn't stop them because, well, rabbits can jump high and dig deep. Ultimately, scientists had to resort to biological warfare, releasing the myxoma virus and later rabbit hemorrhagic disease, or RHDV.
Which brings us to a massive paradox, Hari. While feral European rabbits are treated as invasive pests globally, in their native home on the Iberian Peninsula and southern France, they are actually in deep trouble.
It's a tragic situation. Because of habitat loss, overhunting, and the accidental spread of those very same diseases, native populations have plummeted. The Iberian rabbit subspecies is struggling so much that the IUCN classified the species as endangered in its native range in 2019, which was actually an escalation from its previous near-threatened status held since 2007.
And because they are a keystone species back home, their decline has triggered a domino effect. Specialist predators that rely almost entirely on rabbits for food, like the beautiful Iberian lynx and the Spanish imperial eagle, have faced severe population crashes as a result.
It really highlights the delicate balance of ecosystems. A species can be a major threat to biodiversity in one hemisphere and the absolute linchpin of biodiversity in another.
It's a powerful reminder of how human intervention, even with the best intentions, can reshape the natural world. Next time you see a rabbit, remember you're looking at a master of survival, an engineering marvel, and a historical game changer.
Well said, Kimmy. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article European Rabbit, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.